Listening to music can bring comfort to us. The calmness and even the vibes in every genre of song that we'll listen to. In today's Sensei episode, we will meet a choir master from Holy Family Parish, Colgante, Apalit, Pampanga. Learn as she talks about how her love for music grew and how her family and people around her shown their support. Hi, I am Bianca, and this is Sensei, their skills and talents. Hi, I am Bianca from Limang Siglo.
I am Micah Navarro from Colgante, Apalit, Pampanga, and I am currently working as a company nurse and the choir master of Holy Family Parish Church here in Colgante, and also the president of Health Ministry dito rin po sa parish namin. And I do live streaming, nagtuturo din ako ng voice lesson, piano lesson, and working as a freelance singer.
You mentioned a lot of things about music. When did you start exploring it?
I started to sing when I was in kindergarten. I was 5 years old at that time, if I'm not mistaken. So, nag-start ako na kumanta nun. Then, pinush ako ng family ko na mag-aral ng voice lesson. I was in second year high school nung nag-aral ako ng voice lesson. Kasi mas gusto pa nila na makuwide pa yung knowledge ko when it comes to music. Then, pagdating naman sa pagtugtog ng piano, so, nag-start naman ako nung grade 3 ako. Yung sister ko kasi, nag-organ din siya, or choir master din siya dito sa church namin. So, yun, pinush niya din ako na mag-aral ng piano. Sa una mahirap talaga ang pagpapiano. Pero tinuruan niya ako, then naging interesado din ako sa pagtugtog ko yun. I practice regularly.
You said that your sister is also playing the organ. So, are you from a family of musicians?
Yes, kasi yung yung panganay namin, tumutugtog din kasi siya, nag-guitar siya, kumakanta. Then yung sister ko naman, kumakanta din. Actually, isa din siya sa naging voice coach ko nung bata ako. At the same time, siya din yung nagturo sa akin ng mag-piano. And yung mga kamag-anak ko din, kumakanta din sila, and meron din kaming banda na magpipinsan. So, yun.
You've been singing and serving the church since you were a child. How it helped you to your career now?
Well, one of my careers is singing. So, nung hindi pa ako nag-organ or choir master, nag-join ako sa choir group dito. Kasi, as I've said before, yung sister ko kasi is organista din siya. So, since I love singing, nagkumakanta ako sa mga wedding, minsan sa mga programs, debuts. So, yun, na-apply ko din naman pagdating dito. So, yung pagkanta ko sa labas is nagagamit ko din dito bilang choir. Mas nasa-share ko pa yung talent ko.
You mentioned different events that you performed. Since last year, we are dealing with the pandemic. What do you do to keep on doing your passion in performing music?
Actually, nung pandemic kasi, nag-resign ako sa work. Then, sabi ko parang kailangan ko na i-improve pa yung talent ko pagdating sa music. So, ang ginawa ko is nag-livestream ako. I started last year, nag-livestream ako sa isang application. Very helpful talaga sa akin kasi unlike nung nag-work ako or nung nag-aaral ako, wala akong time para mag-practice ng kanta, which is parang hindi nag-i-improve yung vocal performance ko. So, ang nangyari sa akin, nung nag-livestream ako, everyday akong kumakanta, everyday akong na-exercise, yung boses ko, mas nagiging okay siya, mas naging-stand out siya kapag everyday ka talagang kumakanta.
Do you also have plans in the future as a freelance singer or as a live stream performer?
Well, actually, ang plan ko kasi is, syempre, i-continue pa din yung kung ano yung hilig ko. Kasi, doon talaga ako masaya. So, nagpa-plan kasi ako na mas mag-voice lesson palalo. At ang goal ko kasi sana makapag-perform ako on stage ulit and sa entertainment industry. Sana mas maka-join pa ako sa mga exposure, like singing, ganun, recordings, sa mga recording company.
Are you also planning to be a voice coach or vocal coach?
Yes, oo. Pero actually, nagtuturo na ako ng voice lesson. Pero more on sa mga bata yung tinuturuan ko. Ngayon naman, gusto ko talaga na maging professional na voice coach para syempre, mas na-enhance pa yung talent mo magdating sa singing, tapos may mga natututunan ka din ng mga ibang mga bagay pagdating sa music.
Can you guide us on how you do your process in teaching voice with the kids or with the choir?
Okay. Kapag nagtuturo ako ng voice lesson, syempre, unang-una sa lahat, kailangan mo muna yung mouth exercise kasi dun mag-i-start di ba? Kailangan yung face mo na exercise, yung mouth mo. Then, may mga iba't ibang mga ginagamit for vocalization. Tapos, kailangan mo din syempre ng keyboard para mag-guide mo yung tinuturuan mo kung ano ba yung mga pitch na dapat niyang ma-hit kapag binovocalize mo siya. So, ayun, ganun yung mga unang ginagawa kung paano ba yung proper use of diaphragm, kung paano gumamit ng chest voice, ng head tone, nasal tone, so yun.
Going back to what you have said earlier, you said that you are a choir master. In our previous episode, we interviewed Mr. Nilo Nocop and Mr. Jericho Torres.
Yes, actually kilala ko sila, si Sir Nilo, kasi nakilala ko siya dahil meron siyang mga books na ginagawa, liturgical music in short. So, doon ko siya nakilala, then he invited me to sing a song na kinumpose nila for competition sa Holy Angel, Kapampangan songwriting. Then, si Kuya Jericho naman, nung bata ako, nakasama ko na din siya. Matagal na siguro, mga elementary pa ako, nakilala ko na siya. Kasi kasama din siya ng sister ko. And nagpupunta din siya dito. So yun, nakilala ko siya. At na-share din niya yung music niya sa akin.
For more Sensei and Limang Siglo videos, you can visit our social media accounts. Please don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. I have watched and listened to the song that you sang entitled Milabas. Can you share your experiences singing that song?
Milabas is such a great experience kasi since Kapampangan siya and hindi ako masyadong magaling magkapampangan, talagang na-challenge ako sa kanta na yon. Word by word, talagang inayos ko siya. Actually, sabi ko nga kanina, hindi ako masyado nagtatagalog. Pero dito sa church, dahil Kapampangan ng misa, so natuto ako na kumanta ng Kapampangan. Then, very thankful din ako kasi kina Sir Nilo, kina Sir Don Mauro, na nag-invite sa akin para kumanta dun sa song nila. Kasi, ayun nga, dahil rare lang kasi sa akin yung gano'n, na sumali sa mga online competition. Kaya, yun, natutuwa ako na in-invite nila ako sa song na yun.
What are the other songs that you sang before?
Kumakanta din ako ng mga liturgical music dito sa church, and may mga songs din ako ng mga kinover. Nakakolab din ako dati kina Sir Jericho. So nakasama ko din siya online sa pagkanta. Then mga ibang songs together with my family. Yun, tsaka mga friends, meron din ako mga videos.
Mr. Nilo Nocop and Mr. Jericho Torres. They're both choir masters. How about you? What is your idea about being a choir master?
If ikaw ay isang choir master, syempre, you should have the leadership skills. Kailangan alam mo kung paano i-guide yung mga choir, kasi ikaw talaga yung nag-lead sa kanila. And parang ina-apply mo yung mga harmony, rhythm, kailangan magawan mo ng paraan para mag-stand out yung vocal performance nila. And syempre, kailangan alam mo din kung ano yung mga ituturo mo, especially kung soprano, alto, tenor, at bass. Kailangan alam mo yon. And alam mo kung paano i-blend yung mga boses nila. Pero being a choir master kasi, it's very hard from the start kasi kailangan magain mo yung trust nila sa'yo. Kasi kailangan confident ka ba na magturo. Kailangan alam mo kung ano yung ginagawa mo. And syempre, kung talagang gusto mo na maging perfect yung pagturo mo, kailangan perfect din yung the way kung paano pag-aralan yung mga kanta. And syempre, kailangan i-motivate mo din sila. at inspire mo sila para mag-stand out yung vocal performance nila.
Usually in one song, how long do you have to practice?
Depende sa song. Kunwari kung liturgical music, minsan mga acclamation, mga may feeling kasi mga yon. So, kung SATB siya, saglit lang siguro mga 1 hour or 2 hours. Depende sa haba ng kanta.
Before teaching a song to the choir, how long do you have to practice or prepare for it?
Kapag nagpa-practice ako sa isang choir group, so minsan 1 to 3 hours. Depende din kung kaya nila kaagad na makuha yung song. So, you have to allot for at least 1 to 3 hours para matutunan nila. Pero yung preparation ko naman, minsan mga 2 days before or 3 days before, or kung may time naman ako after work, pinag-aaralan ko naman yung mga kanta. At parang sinisend ko sa kanila yung mga tono para kasi mapag-aralan nila kaagad. Para pagdating sa practice, alam na nila. So yun kasi yung bagong technique na yun para mas mapabilis yung practice.
So, if you're sending the sound of the song to them, so it means you can also sing 4 voices.
Yes, oo. So, it's soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. So, iniisa-isa ko yung tono nila, tapos isasend ko kunyari sa mga alto, may mga parts sila doon, then sa soprano, isasend ko sa kanila, kahit boses lalaki, ayan, kailangan ko din kayahin, para mas madali nila mapag-aralan.
Wow, so in that essence, you can do one-man choir.
Yes.
As we proceed to the next question, if you're arranging a song, can you give us an idea or example on how you do the flow of the song?
Sa paggawa naman ng arrangement, syempre kailangan familiar ka kung ano ba talaga yung tono para sa soprano, tono para sa alto, tenor, and bass. So, kapag soprano, kailangan alam mo din yung kung papaano i-blend yung soprano from the other voices. So, yun.
In terms of teaching the choir, are you strict when it comes to practicing with the choir? I mean, for example, someone made a mistake. Are you going to stop and ask them to do it again from the top?
Actually, sa una kasi, yung way ng pagtitrain ko, titignan ko muna kung hanggang saan yung capacity nila. Like, okay, sige, ino-note ko, ito yung mali nila, ito. Then, kapag naririnig ko na talagang hindi siya okay, then, iisa-isahin ko siya. Kasi minsan hindi ako ganun ka-strict magturo. Talagang okay na yon, okay na. Pero sa totoo lang, syempre mas gusto mo yung perfect, di ba? So, sasabihin mo sa kanila, eto, ulitin natin, hindi nagbe-blend dito, kailangan ganun yung tono. Kahit maliit na sustain lang, minsan gusto ko perfect siya. Kasi para mas maging professional pakinggan yung kanta.
Are you open to collaborating with other artists?
Yes. When it comes to singing or playing piano, open naman ako.
If someone would like to have a collaborative work with you, what are the things or materials do you need?
Well, ano lang siguro, kapag related naman sa music, sa singing, wala namang masyadong magiging problema. So, yun lang, siguro we have to practice para ma-perfect namin yung collaboration namin. And, yun lang, kailangan we have to enjoy our performance then online or kahit na sa live.
You did a lot of things, from serving the church and to your career. What was the greatest lesson that you have learned from the experiences that you had in the past years?
Yung lesson talaga na natutunan ko is una-una, nagkaroon ako ng self-confidence. Kasi that's my weakness eh. Yung parang I cannot talk to a lot of people, that napakamahiyain ko, at parang feeling ko hanggang doon na lang ako. Pero nung nag-start ako na maging choir master, nag-start ako na kumanta in front of many people, parang alam mo yon, hindi ka lang dapat na nandun, you have to move forward. Kailangan mo na mag-explore pa para sa sarili mo na, yes, I can do that. Tignan mo, di ba? Meron ka palang hidden talent. Kaya, mas nagawa mo yung mga gusto mong gawin. So yun, nagkaroon ako ng confidence sa sarili ko. Then, I learned how to socialize to other people, which is kailangan din talaga para mas maging productive ka. And yung leadership skills ko, kasi weakness ko din yun eh, parang hindi ko kayang mag-lead sa mga tao. Pero nung naging choir master na ako, nag-improve yung leadership skills ko. As I've said before, nag-gain ko yung trust nila na you have to follow me, this is the right thing that we have to do, ganun. Wow.
For more Sensei and Limang Siglo videos, you can visit our social media accounts. Please don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. Can you give us kind words to encourage other musicians, and especially the aspiring choir masters?
Kung talagang willing sila na matuto, gusto nilang maging choir master or matuto silang magpiano or kumanta, you have to set your goals when it comes to music. Like, it's very hard from the start kasi little by little, matututunan mo din naman yan eh. Then, kapag naging interesado ka doon, then it would be easier for you to learn and to internalize the music. So, kailangan seryosohin mo siya at kung talagang interesado ka doon, i-push mo lang siya. Then, if you have a chance to do self-studying pagdating sa voice lesson or piano lesson, mas makakatulong din sa'yo.
Lastly, please invite them to listen to your music and watch your shows.
Hi everyone! I hope you support my videos sa lahat po ng mga ina-upload ko sa YouTube and pati na din sa Facebook. And please, don't forget to support me sa aking live streaming and I will be updating my Facebook page po para po malaman niyo po kung kailan po ako magla-live stream. Thank you so much!
Thank you, Ms. Micah, for responding to our invitation, and we are glad to be with you and listen to your stories and, of course, all the lessons that you have shared to us. And that concludes our Sensei episode featuring Miss Mahaika Navarro. Miss Navarro shared some tips on how to be a choir master, a better singer, and a piano player. And she reminded us that if you are interested in learning music, take the process seriously. Start with small steps until you have mastered them. And don't forget the importance of setting your goal in exploring, learning, and improving your talent in music. Thank you for joining us again. See you next week, and we will continue to explore, learn, and improve. I am Bianca, and this is Sensei, their skills and talents.